This is my AYEARATHON wrap up for October. This month the theme was horror or Stephen King, so I went for both and picked The Shining by Stephen King. And I'm not going to hold this up all the way through the video because it is actually very shiny. I will leave all of the details for the AYEARATHON in the description. I think next month is going to be fairy tale retellings, so that's going to be quite fun and I'm looking forward to that. Now I know that The Shining is kind of really popular, but I'm going to go over the basic premise anyway just because I didn't know what it was about before I read it, because I avoid horror like the plague. I'm an incredibly scared person anyway, so I don't need horror in my life. The basic premise is that the father of a small family has agreed to be the caretaker for the Overlook Hotel. When it gets to winter, they have to shut the hotel down and everyone has to leave because the roads become completely snowed under, there's no way in or out. There's not much communication with the outside world, so you can see this theme of isolation already. So this family moves to the hotel for winter, but obviously this hotel isn't what it seems at first. The hotel itself has an incredibly dark past and obviously has a lot of ghosts. This book surprised me in a lot of ways, both good and bad. So we'll start with the bad because I don't like to be too negative about things. It is really easy to scare me. I can basically just hear the word ghost and straight away my imagination will just run amok and I will be pretty much creeped out and jumpy for the rest of the day. This book didn't scare me. There were a few parts where I could see how it was creepy, but I didn't get that sense of paranoia and I didn't feel creeped out. I didn't feel any rush of adrenaline, and I kept waiting and waiting for things to really pick up and get more intense and like terrifying. I was definitely expecting to be freaked out a lot more than I was. It just made me feel like for a hotel with such a dark history, it could have played on more aspects of that history rather than supposedly scary aspects that it kept bringing up. The good surprise was the level of character insight that we get in this book. It shows family relationships, it shows family history, it shows how deep dark insecurities can play on a person. It really goes into the psychology of the characters, and that's something that I really thought was done well. It was those real aspects of the family that I thought was better than the rest of the book, and I feel like the supernatural elements detracted from that. I feel like the isolated setting and the characters and those traits all put together under that circumstance could have culminated in the events of the book anyway, even without the addition of the supernatural elements. So in the end I felt half that I wanted Stephen King to kind of like boost the creepy level, and at the same time I wanted to read the book without any supernatural elements to see what the difference would have been, because I don't think there would have been any. In the end I gave this book a 2.5 stars, which is bang in the middle just because of the reasons that I mentioned at the beginning. So some parts of it were a good surprise and some parts of it were a bad surprise, and unfortunately I was just disappointed and that was my experience. But that's just my opinion, and this book is incredibly popular and I know a lot of people that really enjoy this book, so if you're still interested in reading it I would definitely give it a go. I feel much better now that I have like inside knowledge of this book and feel like I actually get some references now, so that's good. So that's the end of my wrap up, or technically review. I hope you enjoyed, and like, comment, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next time. Bye!